Today's outline of the class is software evaluation. So in the fourth module contains the two chapters. One is the software testing and another is the software evaluation. So in this class we study introduction about the software evaluation. So the software change. So software change is inevitable. Why? Software is always changing, not remains constant for using. So why it is changed? See, there are some reasons. The one is the new requirement emerge when the software is used. After using the software, so some new requirements are emerged. The business environment change. Error must be repaired at the time of using the software. The error must be repaired. New computers and equipments is added to the system. So new versions of the systems added to the system. The performance and reliability of the system may have to be improved. So for all these reasons, the software change is inevitable. So for this, any one of these reasons, the software change is important. So the key problem for all organization is implementing and managing change to their existing software system. So this is the key problem for all the organization is implementing and managing change to their existing software system. So the next is the importance of evaluation. Why the evaluation is necessary? So in all organizations have huge investment in their software system. So every organization, the software system has a huge investment. They have critical business asset of that organizations. To maintain the value of these assets to the business, they must be changed and updated. So because of the maintaining the assets to the business, they must be changed and updated. This is important. The majority of the software budget in the large companies is devoted to change and evolving existing software rather than developing new software. So this is the importance of the evaluation. So in the given diagram, see the spiral model of development and evaluation. So in this diagram, it shows the 4 phases. One is the specification, implementation, validation and operation. So initially start the first version, specification. After giving the requirement, it implement it and check it whether that implemented product or system gives correct output or not. Validation, that is the validation. And if it is gives correct output, it can use in the organization, that is operational. At the time of operationals, because of some environment change, there are some reasons. Any of these reasons, it must be modified. So first next you have to specification, implementation, validation, then use it release in the organization, that is a release 2. In this way, the software change is inevitable and implemented and using. So it starts from first version, release 1, second, release 2 and release 3, etc. This type of development is called spiral model of development and evaluation. So evaluation and servicing. So in the given diagram, initial development, whatever you developed that product, you take it, and evaluation. So after some requirement is changed or environment is changed, based on that you have to modify the initial system, evaluation, and you have to use it. Servicing, at that time any errors, bugs you have to modify it, and finally you have to phase out means you have to produce that software. So this is evaluation and servicing. See in the evaluation stage in a software system is a life cycle where it is operational use and is evolving as a new requirement. When the new requirements emerge, then it must be changed. So are proposed and implemented in the system. So servicing, at this is software remains useful. See the given diagram, useful, but the only changes made are those kept to the operational, that is bugs, fixes and changes to reflect change in the software environment. So new functionality is added. and phase out, the software may still be used but no further changes are made to it. So this is a software process. So software evolution process depends on all these three reasons. What are the reasons? The type of software being maintained, the development process used, the skill and experience of the people involved. So all these reasons the software evolution process depends. And the proposals for change are the drivers for the system evolution. So should be linked with the components that are affected to the change, thus allowing the cost and impact to the change to the system. So change identification and evolution continues throughout the system life time. So continuously what the change is required and you have to modify this. This process is continuous throughout the system life time. See in the given diagram, change identification and evolution process. So change identification process, what are the in the existing system, what are the change is required, you have to identify it and you have to propose that change and you have to modify it, evolution process, and after modifying whatever you get, that system is called as a new system, and after using that new system it may occur it requires some additional changes based on the environment change or any other reason. So then you have to change identify process, change proposed it, modify it and develop the new system. So this process is called as a change identification and evolution process. So the software evolution process is initially the change request. The existing system software is available. So what type of change required? So that is change request, impact analysis for that, release the planning. So which type of planning? It may fault repair or platform adaptation or system enhancement. Which type of change is required? You have to analyze it and change implement it and release planning once again, change implementation, and finally it release the software product, that is a software release. So after releasing that product, once again it requires the change. So software change is inevitable, I already told you. So once again change request, so impact analysis, release process. So all these process occurs repeatedly. So this process is called software evolution process. So change implementation, propose the changes, requirement analysis. You have to analyze the requirement and propose the change, requirement analysis, propose the change, then requirement updating and software development. So this is a change implementation. So iteration of development process. So here the iteration of development process where the revision to the systems are designed and implemented and tested. A critical difference is that the first stage of change implementation may involve program understanding, especially if the original system developers are not responsible for the change implementation. During the program understanding phase, you have to understand how the program is structured, how it is delivered functionality, and how the proposed change might affect the program. So this is important for during the understanding phase. So all these PPTs for the chapter evaluation are taken from the Ryan Somerville 9th edition. So thank you.